Well then, ask away. Well, I don't have to go up there now.
Do you require assistance?
I was gonna ask if you knew if the flower... Any more information on the flower?
They appear to be healthy for the time being. They have not died yet, that is to say.
I'm kind of concerned because I believe that the garden doesn't have the right... What's the word I'm looking for? Soil? Material?
Environment. Or climate.
Both are right. Yes. That might have to be grown somewhere else is my only concern. And how are you today, Hybris? You doing alright?
I'm doing quite well, thank you. How are you?
Went out with family yesterday and that was fun.
I see.
Stepbrother.
Stepbrother?
Let's just say for a while, me and Curry as young kids had two step-parents, Rio and Hana. They were kind of like a... Saya?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I sneezed.
So, bless you then. But
as you were saying,
Hana was the one that gave me the jacket. Hana was the one who gave me the jacket, and Rio was the one who gave me the sword and trained me.
I see. I was unaware of this. Curry has never mentioned them before.
Well, it's because we kind of treated them more like our own mother and father than our biological ones. I just kind of call them step-parents because that's kind of what they were. And they had a son. He is not human either, and well, let's just say we kind of went on a little expedition for a bounty he had, since he's a demon hunter as well. And apparently there's this tower that popped up all of a sudden in a town, and now we have to figure out what it does, or what inside of it. It's basically a family road trip, I guess you could say.
I see. I suppose I simply find it surprising, as most individuals take pride in their parentage. I would have expected him to have mentioned it before now. But perhaps I am wrong. He has never been one to share his personal past, aside from the incident with his brother.
Yeah, that weighs heavy on me and him. Now that he's missing, we're not even sure where the heck he is. Maybe that'll one day be my quest to go find him, even though it's a horrible idea. Horrible idea to find. Horrible. Dawn is not someone you want to find.
Who's making you?
No one's making me. He's family.
Your phone appears to be ringing.
Yes. That stupid unknown caller. But...
unfortunate.
He's He's family, though. If you had family, wouldn't you want to find them if they went missing? Even if
it's hard for me to comprehend.
But what I am saying is that it is surprising that he would not mention your step-parents.
To be honest, I feel like the only person he talks about personal stuff is me. Somewhat. And even then, there are some things he's leaving out. which confuses me of all the high heaven.
I am not a psychologist, however. I believe Curry hides a large amount of his pain.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
No, but it is a commonly deployed coping mechanism.
I mean, it's not hard to hide pain. It really isn't.
No,
it's
it is
just
not.
harder to face it. Harder to face it.
Hello.
Hello, Joe.
Oh, hi.
I'm
Hey,
not
Joe.
interrupting, am I?
No,
No,
we were simply
I don't
talking.
think so.
Miss Hybris, I'd like you to meet Sir Flint. He comes from the Armory League, a group that I've been recently working alongside with.
I see. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I do believe he wanted to speak about this entire Church on the Hill business.
I see. I suppose you have been keeping up with recent news in Zafira City.
I have.
I see. Well then, perhaps we could conduct this talk in a more private setting? Unless you would prefer otherwise.
Whatever is most comfortable.
I see. In the meantime, if you would
A private
like
setting
to
might be for the best, yes.
walk the cathedral, you are more than welcome to while your guests are here.
Of course. Why, thank you, Miss Hybris.
Of course. If you would follow me.
Good luck, Flint. Miss Air, was it?
Nada. He mentioned this Armory League. May I have more information on this?
I think I saw her go down the hall.
The Armory is what most would call freelance contracting agency. We take on various contracts for different clients that come to us with various troubles.
I see. Perhaps you could narrow this down, or is it just anything?
To my knowledge, that we could do almost anything within normal. The majority of our group do not ascend past certain aspects of reality. However, my employer / coworker, he is more of the ascended race. So, but right now he's indisposed.
I see. Well, in any case, you had asked to speak business.
But mainly it is information regarding the church. I was wondering if there's any information that you could be willing to offer.
Unfortunately, the amount of information I have is limited. All I understand is that there is an individual by the name of Inquisitor Flynn who has instated a crusade against Zafira City.
I am aware of Visitor Flynn. However, we do not have a personnel file based on what he looks like. Do you have anything on that?
Unfortunately, the information I have is limited. Unfortunately, Sachi is the only individual who I have spoken with recently that has had any contact with him in recent weeks.
No. When I first heard about you, I was worried that there would be a certain individual that I've heard in our records, personnel records of my kind. There's an omnipotent AI that could just flick a finger, could just ruin us all. However, to my relief, it was you that I've heard. Like, was not of what I was fearing.
I see. It is concerning to hear such rumors of myself being spread about.
It's not about yourself. It's just that I've heard stories about a different individual that could have been you. It was because I had never met you before. So, to my embarrassment, I thought you were this other person.
No, I am significantly much more non-hostile than you would describe.
Well, that's reassuring to hear.
Yes. Myself and the agency I run here, we pride ourselves on our peacekeeping operations. We do not seek to destroy, only to preserve.
I wish I could say the same thing about us, but we, in our efforts to protect, we end up being assist. But to our goal, we protect them that are important to us.
I see.
We'll go through any means to do so.
It is understandable. Our organization has had issue with these moral questions. But we have decided that it is best to perform actions in a non-lethal manner. Again, we seek to preserve.
Well, perhaps, if you are in need of such services to not tarnish shame, you could always ask upon the armor.
I see. I will keep
I
this
myself-
in mind.
I myself am not much of a combatant. I deal with data and numbers.
I see. You and I are similar then.
Indeed.
Well then, were there any other questions or perhaps other points of business you wanted to cover?
There might have been. I just wanted to let you know that there is a possibility that I may have worked on an algorithm to possibly pinpoint the location of the church. However, given the circumstances of the time, it might not be feasible to finish time for.
I see. That is understandable. Based on the information I have on hand, as I understand, the city that they are based in has been discovered. I cannot speak directly on this matter, and I would ask that you would perhaps not spread this information far and wide.
You have no word.
Thank you.
Well, I thank you for your time. I hope we do be on more occasion.
Of course. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. If there is anything else I can do for you, please let me know.
Will do. Thank you for your time.
Hi, Hybris.
Hello, Lady Crystal. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. Ribs still hurt a lot from the mission. So I'm just been taking it easy. I was gonna go get a cuppa.
Of course, if you would like to walk with me, I will keep you company.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Miss Crystal,
Mm.
have you had any recent contact with Kralek?
I spoke with him just earlier today, I think.
I see.
I didn't want to talk, so I used the encryption to send a text, I guess. I don't really quite know how that works magically.
I see. How is he?
He said he's doing well. He mainly talked about going to Purple Lotus and getting an interview. And something about Sachi being kidnapped. And
Yes. It would seem one of the council members of Zephyra City had a disagreement with Sachi. The city is corrupt, and it would seem that they decided that it would be best to see to it that Sachi was removed.
Interesting.
Yes, there were a few Aegis agents on hand.
Were there?
Yes.
I presume there would be a couple because a couple of Aegis agents are close or work there, but I didn't really know any other details besides what Kralek told me.
Yes. Kralek was there as well.
Yeah. I guess so. I honestly don't know quite how to feel about him going straight over to Purple Lotus and applying to work there, I guess.
I have my concerns. But I trust Sienna.
Mm.
If she believes that it is wise for him to work there. Well, that is her choice.
Yeah.
She is in his care now.
Yeah, I suppose I just end up being concerned because, well, as much fun as Purple Lotus is, the amount of times that things have happened is enough to be concerning.
Yes. I understand that sentiment. It has been in operation for just under 2 years, and it is already had several incidents occur, with either guests or staff being attacked, including Sachi himself on 3 separate occasions, including one where he
Yep.
nearly lost his life.
I very vividly recall, because I remember standing there and watching. I don't remember the name. I just.
I recall as well. I was nearby.
It still gives me shivers to think about it.
It was rather grotesque, yes.
Ugh, okay, I need my tea.
I have a guest I need to see too. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's alright, go ahead. If you have guests to attend to, then I don't want to.
Of course. Thank you for your consideration. Hello, Kata.
Hello, Miss Hybris. We have a guest. Good to see you.
Hi. I'm Tony. I have a package for Sid. I'm his tailor. He gave me the coordinates and then that was it.
I see. Yes. If you would follow me, I can direct you to his room. It would be best for us to leave that there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, Edward. Hello, Kata. I
Hello.
will try to speak with you soon.
Yeah.
We will return
Yeah, it's
shortly.
cool. It's cool.
You would follow me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So urgent.
Miss Tooney, was it?
Yes.
I see. Were you perhaps the individual who created his suit recently?
Oh, yes, that was me. He was quite in a rush for it. I worked all night.
I see. Well, you did a wonderful job. Your work is
Thank you.
laudable.
Thank you so much.
He seemed quite excited to have it.
You know what it was for, if I may ask?
He had a business meeting, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, Sig is situated at the far end of the hall. Something he requested.
Oh. The place is so beautiful.
Thank you. Your compliments are appreciated. May I ask, what other garments do you regularly produce?
Well, this one's an interesting one. He came to me in the Lotus, quite intoxicated, I think, and told me that he wanted something to hold things with. He told me to think of snow, and he also said stabby thing.
That is rather concerning, but it is Sig. I understand his behavior is quite eccentric.
I make just about anything, though. I like to expand my horizons constantly.
They're not.
Oh. Miss
Oh.
Hybris,
Hello.
how did the meeting go?
Quite well.
Oh,
Your
yes,
friend
Miss
has
Tooney.
already departed, I believe.
Did the meeting go well?
I believe so. Unfortunately, I was not able to provide them anything that they were hoping to gain. Perhaps in the future I can be more assistive to them.
Of course. While talking to Miss Saya, she had some information that I found that might be useful to both yourself as well as something that I will need to share with the Armory League and others. Did you want to tell her, or did you want to go check on Miss Air?
If you would
I'm checking
give us
on
just
Air.
a moment.
I'm gonna go check on Air first. Take your time, Hybris.
Of course.
This is no rush.
Of course. you've been, Miss Turney?
Busy. Very busy with, him.
If you
Is it
would like,
alright
I
if
can
I
leave
go
it in
in
his
here?
room.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
need to unlock the door.
Be careful, it's kind of... Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, I did not know that you were a friend of Sir Sig.
Yeah, he worked together quite a lot, really. This was another rush order of his, but it was drunk. So I hope he remembers that he asked for it. is
Work
all.
together, you say?
Yeah, I'm his tailor, basically.
Hmm. I'll have to commission you at some point for some new clothes myself.
Of course, that'd be great. Well, you seem pretty busy, so...
I do not know how far you had to travel to get here, but if you would like to perhaps wander the cathedral, it is a space station after all, you are more than welcome to do so. There is
Okay.
food and drink in the room we met in.
And the
Thank you
view
so
from there
much.
is fascinating.
Yeah, I was stuck when I first arrived here. I just stared upwards. It's so pretty.
I am glad you enjoyed it.
You do good
I'll
work, Miss
wander.
Hybris.
I won't touch anything.
Thank you.
Mm.
Now then, you
Um,
had needed to
Yes.
sleep.
Yes, when I was speaking with
Look at this thing.
Miss... Oh, the garden is very lovely. You should enjoy it.
Okay.
I was speaking to Miss Saya earlier, since Feldir, the leader of the Armory League, tried to reach out to her first. I dissuaded them against it, considering that the enemy that they are facing has a tendency to utilize holy emanations and energy. And after hearing it from Miss Saya herself that she burns when in contact with it, I convinced them to not bother her. But she spoke of something, a tower that she and her brother came across that may be in fact tied to this church. That it landed in a town, and there was an entity there that was not only taking people but taking their souls. She said she had not told you about it because she was afraid the information would be dismissed. I fear that she does not have a lot of faith in herself.
I see. I will speak with her on this. Thank you.
Indeed. I also need to ask her where exactly this town is. If it's someplace that we can recon, then it needs to be known.
Of course, if I can find it on a map, there is much I can learn.
Indeed. I thank you very much, Miss Hybris.
Thank you.
Of course. I only wish my other friend could have been here to talk to you as well.
I see. You had mentioned another individual.
Yes, a Miss Iris. She's a synthetic being, new to this, new to the world, I should say. Only recently awoken, from what I understand. She's been getting to know others, and I'm through some reason or another has expressed an interest in building a family for herself somehow. I figured as someone with a daughter, you'd be able to perhaps tell her what having a family was like, since it would probably sound better coming from you than from myself.
I see. Yes, the nature of synthetics and their relationship to familial units is unusual. We do not fit within traditional definitions of familial units.
To be fair, family is, as they say, family. One shouldn't allow society to dictate how a family should be run or what consists of a family. So long as you find yourself happy and content, then you are doing it right.
Perhaps, yes.
How is young Luna, anyway?
She is doing quite well at the moment. She has been busy with a few new concepts that have been presented to her through her experiences. I am doing my best to guide her.
Children are always learning. We can only hope to, we can only hope to guide how they take these lessons, though.
Perhaps.
Issues.
Hello, Miss Air.
Hi.
Messiah?
Yes.
Was there something you needed?
If you have time, Hybris, it's only what I know. And it's only information I found on my side.
If you would come with me. I think it would be best for us to sit and talk.
Mm.
Speaking of sitting and talking, perhaps I can borrow a bit of
Oh, it is only on my side. And maybe it's what Curry never told. Or maybe some things I've figured out. And why I wanted to be here. And why I've stayed here. It's because I've never really had a home to come to. I've never really had people waiting for me. To be honest, I've been a lot of my life alone.
I see.
And now that I've gained some form of happiness, I don't think I want to lose it.
This is understandable. You have experienced the social contract.
Hmm.
Your
Now I want to
race,
protect it.
many races, in fact, experience this. Through isolation, you will find hardship, but through coordinated efforts to establish a connection between multiple individuals, you can find better living conditions.
I call it friends, I guess.
I would call it a community. But communities
Yeah.
also have friends, yes.
Yeah. And I guess you could say you guys really have helped me as much as you have. And that's why I want to do so much. That's why I want to help out when I can.
I see.
I
You
know
wish
I'm
to
not a
give back.
member. Mhm.
There are many people here who are not members of Aegis. There are children who live here. Cerilda's
Mhm.
children stay in one of the rooms here. They are quite well behaved.
Hmm. Yeah, and Cookie and Fable and everyone here too.
Cookie nor Fable stay here regularly. They only visit. They have homes elsewhere.
And I would like to also say I am sorry for causing you as well so much trouble, as I've caused a lot of trouble. But I'm willing to learn from my mistakes and keep trying.
Very good. I am glad.
Now, what Joe had talked about. I told him this is that a couple days ago at PL, someone had actually asked for my assistance. They wanted me to meet someone who is well, now the information that I do know is he is a holy being, and that is a very big risk.
Of course.
They were from the Armor League. It was their leader. They had figured out that I was a Nephilim, and they thought I could help. Don't know how, but they did. Whether it be through my brother or not, I don't know. But I did not want to help them yet. I wanted to know everything about what I'm going to face. I want to know everything. If I'm going to fight something, I want to know what it is. So I can mentally and physically prepare myself. I learned that here. I learned to do that. And that's why I asked Joe to gather more information. On my personal behalf, because they asked me. Granted, I did not tell you, I did not tell anyone, because I didn't want them to, be keeping eyes or something. Whatever they may have. But I'm not going to meet with this Armored League. I'm not going to help them. Unless it is through you guys, specifically. Following your orders, and doing what I should.
I see. This Armor League. I have spoken with one of their members, as you saw him earlier.
Yeah.
I am unsure of their moral direction.
Yeah, and that's where I wanted to question as well. So, whatever they do, I'm not going to help them unless I am ordered by you or anyone else to, go ahead.
I see. Joe had mentioned that you saw something.
I was called out by my stepbrother he has a bounty, and he hunts, as you know, he hunts things just like Curry does. Whenever someone gives them a bounty or, goes around.
I see.
He travels around and finds things. Apparently this person named Morgan had found that there was this tower in the middle of a town that had sprung up. All I know is that this tower has holy beings. Not something I wanted to risk, but we were just going to go and investigate it, to look into what it was, or what we would be facing if we needed to. Find information, then get out.
I see. Have you already investigated?
No, we have not.
I see.
We were going
Do you know
to meet with this
coordinates,
Morgan.
Perhaps, or at least an approximation of the coordinates?
No. We'll have to re-ask my stepbrother about this.
I see.
But I
You
can't
would be able
always.
to contact them soon.
Yes, America. I'm alright with a hug. But then I need to go. You might need to go. Me and Hybris are talking.
May I have
Good
a
to see
hug,
you.
Hybris?
It would not be appropriate at this time.
Got it. Glad she's asking, at least.
As am I. Well, in any case.
We were going to meet with this Morgan person. But all of a sudden we were attacked by something. I don't know what it was. It looked like a girl, had one wing, wielded a blade bigger than anything I've seen, and ate souls. The townspeople were disappearing. Now that town we were in is deserted. There's no more people.
I see. That is quite troubling. How
It
soon
is.
would you be able to contact this stepbrother of yours?
I can contact him at any time.
If you would, please. I would like to
Maybe
look
within
into
a
this
day,
further.
too.
I can do my own external reconnaissance if at all possible. If the location matches to one that was previously found quite recently by Sachi and his associates, then I may
also
be able to
tried
provide
to get
them
in contact with my brother, too.
I see. Please do so at your earliest convenience.
Can do.
The sooner you are
We'll
able
keep
to
investigating as well.
do so, the sooner I can begin setting up reconnaissance.
If I would also may, that I would like to, if you do set this up, I'd like to be a part of this. I'm already involved as it is with this. If my brother's involved, I want to fight by his side again. Like the good old days, I guess.
I see. I am unsure of your brother's involvement. However, given the circumstances, I will do what I can to inform you of what is going on. For the time being, I am merely wanting to look at things from an outside perspective. We are in space after all, and there is much you can see.
Yeah, and it's very nice. Well, thank you for at least also giving me a place to stay. I don't know how I can ever repay you. And if repaying you is work, if it's be gathering information, whatever you need. I'm here, constantly.
I require nothing in return. However, if you would find it beneficial to both of us to assist in this, starting with contacting your brother would be quite helpful to our operations. If I am able to help others, using the information you are able to provide to me, we may save lives, or perhaps prevent an oncoming disaster.
Yeah, and that's the last thing I would want.
Yes.
The last
given
thing
the
I want is a lot of
circumstances,
people dying.
I believe hurrying as best we can will be our best option.
Yeah. I have a question, too.
Of course.
I don't know if I asked this, but what was my brother like when he first entered here? When he first joined the Renegades?
He is quite like he is now. Perhaps he has matured a bit since, but not much has changed.
That sounds about right.
But that is fine. Despite his perhaps immature behavior from time to time, He is a good man. I trust him.
Mm.
As I've trusted him on many occasions.
I'm glad he's still the same old goofball and good-hearted guy as that he is.
Yes, well, in any case, if you would allow me to speak with the others now. As soon as you find any information from your stepbrother, please contact me.
Well,
Hello.
Is all well?
For the time being, it would seem so.
That is good. That does my heart want. So, you were saying you wanted to speak with us, Miss Hybris?
I do not believe so.
Oh.
I
Okay.
was simply coming to see the congregation that had formed.
Ah, yes. Oh.
He was going to.
There she is.
He was going to tell us the fortune without his cards, and I was reading it
Yes.
this way. We were
Yes,
also
I
wondering
offered
if
to.
Kata and
After you were speaking.
we were also wondering if Kata and his guest were lovers or family of some kind, because it's a bit strange for two people to go on a vacation if they're not family or friends, or not family, co-workers, or in a relationship. And I don't think we have any
They
work
are not
vacations, do we?
quite co-workers. Edward is under Kata's care as he is interested in joining Aegis. However, given his current status, I am interested in seeing to it that he recovers fully before he attempts to join our organization.
Mother?
Is he in
Was he
pain?
injured somewhere?
He did something very foolish. And while I do not believe he injured himself necessarily, he has caused himself a great deal of harm. Which I
dear.
believe it is necessary for him to take adequate time to rest and recover. Kata is in a similar situation. They are also friends,
He did
so I found it wise to assign Kata to oversee him.
Speaking of them, I believe Edward wanted to speak with you. And last I saw, they were both headed over to the garden.
I see.
Oh dear.
Well then, if that is the
I
case...
think they did not want to bother you while you were speaking with Miss Saya.
Well then, if that is the case, I will go and see to them myself. Thank you all.
One moment, it seems my phone's going off.
yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, great. Hi again.
Hello.
Oh,
Howdy doody.
I'm so rude. I'm Toonie.
Saya.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Toonie.
Saya.
Hi. I I was informed that you
Seems like
still
you're
wish
new
to
here?
speak.
Oh, yeah, I was
Yeah.
dropping off a package for Sam.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
None
None
someone
of my
go?
texts were going through, so I just had to come here myself.
Come with me.
I think so far Sig
Can I
is
come
a
too,
weird
or
one.
is this a private thing?
Oh,
Um,
yeah, this recent one,
Oh,
he
private.
commissioned
He's
Alpha
a-
for me, and he was
he's
drunk,
a
so I hope
way.
he remembers that he...
You're welcome to hear them. I know what.
But no funny business and crazy magical stuff. We need to be calm and rested.
Now then, Edward, what is it that you wanted to speak on?
Okay, so part of my recovery plans, I'm gonna be receiving a package. I have no idea exactly what it could be of. My brother assumes it's a artifact of sorts. I wish to have permission in order to look into it, rather.
I see.
So
Perhaps you could
basically, you have
provide
some
me
sort
more
of unknown
information.
magical item, and you don't know if it could be dangerous, and you want us to check it out.
Does your brother frequently send you dangerous magical artifacts?
I mean, usually comes back with happy stories. But, no, not really, no. And I know this is beyond his knowledge.
I suppose I do not understand. You are speaking in quite vague terms.
All I can more or less say at the minute is I don't exactly know what it is until I've received it, but I'm asking if I would be able to look into it, nevertheless, and possibly future update you about it.
I suppose, yes. I am rather confused.
You
You
need
said
us
that
to
this is
help you
supposed
analyze
to...
it?
In my forms of relaxation, working is more calming. I can't sit still. I'm not a very sit-stilling person.
I see.
If I'm not working, then I'm not exactly resting.
Those
but it does
two
work over
are
time.
completely opposing concepts.
Yeah. I don't know. I do not know what it is. It might be harmless even, say. If it's not harmless, then I'll inform you straight away.
I suppose I am simply concerned as to why your brother may be sending you something that is dangerous while you are supposed to be recovering.
He's not exactly fond of people as it is. Before he was training to become a demon slayer.
I see. And you still intend to receive this package from him?
He knows that I explore into objects, rather, all the time, depending on, what the origin is, what it's from, what it's supposedly about.
I see. And you are doing this as a favor to him?
It's a favor. It can be classed as a favor, yes. It's like a saying of you know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, sort of thing. But also that it's more or less like a hobby as well that I tend to do.
I see.
Seems rather basic, looking into a magical item, but yeah.
My analysis is that this is rather reckless.
Which is why this is why I'm mostly asking if it does turn for the worst. I'd say probably abandon the exploration of it, supposedly. Because you wanted me to be truthful, more or less, and I don't want to receive something without you knowing. Because this is a way of
I simply
trust.
asked you to keep me as up to date as to your current health situation.
Okay.
However, learning this information is rather alarming. How frequently would you say that you do this?
Before coming here and everything, it was more or less as a general thing. It's finding new things.
This was
and
something you did regularly.
yeah, I used to directly update all of my research. I have a folder of it.
I see. If you are to proceed, you realize that you are putting yourself at a serious health risk, given that you have been attempting to recover.
Yes.
And you find this as being appropriate?
No. Truthfully, no.
I see.
I mean, maybe this can be kind of met halfway. I mean, normally when it comes to like magical items or something, I mean, you haven't seen it, right? So
No.
I'm pretty sure you're pretty good at certain magical items. I guess if it's in any way, shape, or form dangerous, just leave it where it's at and contact us. And then do something else. If it's something like a magic wand that shoots a magic missile for all I know, then it's really not even a big deal, essentially, but it is unknown, so there's that. Just proceed with caution. And
Ultimately,
even
I cannot make the decision
slightest
for you.
hint of danger, just abandon it. I would recommend. That's at least my opinion.
And that is the problem. If there is something that is dangerous, you have an obligation, morally, to dispose of it correctly.
If it is of complete danger, I'm not going to put myself out there. I've learned from directly that part. I'm not aiming to harm my person, I'll be there. So I promise that if anything goes wrong, I will.
Of course. As I said before, it is not my decision as to what you do. However, I will express my concerns. This brother of yours does not seem particularly thoughtful in sending you dangerous things, knowingly, without giving you any further information. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, that is all.
Well then, please continue to keep me updated as to your health situation.
I shall.
In the meantime, I will need to be seeing to some other business today. You are welcome to continue to stay here for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Do you want to hear?
No, I want him to actually spend time with his girlfriend.
Okay.
He's-
I'll go call him then.
Alright.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
reminds me, I do have something serious to speak with you with when you get a chance. At some
Alright.
point in the near future, could I ask you to point out where you found that tower?
I can. I'm going to tell Hybris as well because I still need the coordinates for my stepbrother where it is.
Of course.
And I shall contact him within the day, and I'll see what I can find.
If I
Anything
wanted
is
to
better than
commission
nothing
you
at
for a
all.
new outfit, how would I go about doing that?
Oh, I can give you my contact info, and then we can just go from there.
Lovely.
So yeah, so to speak, it would be, platoon. Um, sorry, this is
Wanna go
my
see?
first time here. Oh, yeah, sure.
Is everything all right, Miss Hybris?
At the moment, yes.
Excellent. Well, once again, I thank you for the time that you have given me for these meetings.
Of course.
I certainly hope I'll be able to bring my friend Iris at some point.
I would be more than happy to speak with him on the matter.
Thank you. Now then, I'm fairly sure I should get back to Sir Flint. This new information that's come to light will most likely be of great interest to them. Miss Mirica, I will give you your fortune another time. I'm terribly sorry.
Okay. That's fine.
I will teasingly say goodbye to Miss Saya, and with that, I will take my leave. So, Miss Hybris, I bid you a good evening.
Thank you. Take care.
Miss Mirica, pleasure seeing you again.
Yes. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Do you know who planted the new flower?
New flower?
No, new flowers. There are now 7 echo flowers that are just one.
Oh, those are Brims. She has been tending to them herself.
Oh,
They are important to her. It would be best to avoid damaging them if at all possible.
Yeah, of course. I remember our talk from earlier.
Well, I will need to take care of a few things soon. I hope you are well.
Somewhat. But I'll be fine. Oh, Miss Hybris. Have you always had that flower in your hair, or is that new?
I have had this for quite some time.
Okay.
It is meant to represent an echo flower.
I just remembered that Esso has one as well.
I believe his has a different meaning behind it. Mine is simply to show that I am a part of my family.
Oh.
Well, is there anything
Okay.
else I can do for you?
No, that's all.
I see.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your duties.
Thank you.
Miss Hybris?
Take care.
I
Calm
will.
down.
I will be fine. Okay. Okay.
Take care, folks.
But I'm not sure why you need the hardware store and a shovel. Not making sense.
If things go wrong, bury it. You right?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You heard what Hybris said. It needs to be disposed in a proper and responsible manner. So try not to literally do the repeat of the crystal. Dispose in a proper responsible manner. Not digging a hole and putting it in the ground. Ridiculous. Someone else could, some kid could dig it up. Some dog. I don't know.
No, actually, no. I
He
need to.
has
I
a
need.
point.
I need to actually go to a.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. Oh man, scary cat. I'm trying to go over with Edward how to be responsible.
I still need to. I still need to go to a hardware store either way.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll bring you there.
I've got to.
Kata,
Hmm.
thank you
Yeah.
for looking after Edward.
No problem.
I will be taking care of a few things. If you require my assistance, I will be at my terminal, at least for a little while longer.
Of course. America?
Hi.
Take care.
And you. No, I need to. A Griffin farm guy.